Good morning. How are you today? So good to see you. Every day I'm taking you with me on the commute to work. I always like to start off the day saying what we're grateful for. And today I am just so grateful. It's funny when we go through something bad happens to us. Like at first, it almost doesn't seem real, right? Like it kind of hits you in waves. And, as you're trying to process it, you're like, yeah, wow, that just happened. Like you can't even understand. You can't even, like, your brain can't even process it. Did that really just happen? But so last night I was going to bed and I was thinking I'm not going to go over again what I was having a fit about yesterday because I purged it yesterday. So I just don't want to get back into all that negativity. But last night I was laying in the bed, and first of all, let me tell you, I slept really good. Okay? It did not keep me up last night. Because as I went to lay down in the bed, it was like hitting me like, holy cow, like I don't have childcare. And for a single working mom to not have childcare, that usually equals joblessness, equals now homelessness, can't pay bills. Like, this can turn out to be very bad, right? And, I called and I spoke with the state, or I didn't speak with the state yet yesterday, but I spoke with, my worker and her supervisor, who they just fail to take responsibility. It's our policy that we don't actually have to inform parents that their vouchers are up, is the answer that I got, and so there's justifiable anger there, right? So here I am, I'm a victim of something, something outside of my control happened that could severely and negatively impact mine and my child's life. And the people who did it, who victimized us, fail to take responsibility, kind of passing the buck, saying it's not us, it's them. So I just want to make that point that there's justifiable anger there, because how easy it is, right, for us to get hung up on justifiable anger and the unfairness of life and the unfairness of things that happen to us. So as I'm laying my head down on the pillow last night to go to sleep, it's kind of hitting me like, again, just the reality of, wow, I literally, as of this moment, don't have childcare. Like, what am I going to do? So, because of the recent habits that I've been building for myself over the past year, 2 years, my brain kind of automatically refused to sit in victim mode. I automatically started reframing the question and was kind of like, okay, now what? Now, how can I, right? How can I still work while I don't have childcare? What are what's plan B? What's plan C? What are the other solutions? And in that process, it actually made me start feeling good. Because first of all, I had that capacity to do that. And in that moment, I can be really grateful, because in my addiction, whenever something bad happened and I got into victim mode, that was the perfect excuse for me to go out and use, right? It's like, as hard as I've been working, as hard as I've been trying, and now look what happened. Oh, what's the use, right? We get and F it, I might as well just go out and get high, right? But, and this is why it's so important to understand that the brain is a habitual machine. Because when it's in bad habits, yes, it's self-destructive toward your life. But when you've trained it and it gets in these good habits, it works for you. It works for you. And it will pull you, it will throw you the life jacket, it will pull you right out of the muck and the mire. And it can save your life when you don't know how, when you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm going to hold on to every positive aspect of this situation that I can. Positive aspect being, yes. Change your habits, change your life. That's it. That is it. So here's what I know today. And even though I don't know what's going to happen because I can't foresee the future, this is what I know. I know that just because someone at Child Care Resources was either lazy or uncaring or just decided it wasn't her job to inform me, and now I don't have child care because of that, that does not determine whether I'm going to be homeless or not. That does not determine that my life is now going to go to the dogs, I determine that. And now this is just another way that, I am going to decide, and decision affects our life as well. It's funny how really when I look back at periods of my life when I really did make a significant change, it was because I actually just decided to do so. So I hold on to that today, that, the law of attraction does work, that the subconscious, the RAS, reticular activating system, does work for me. I have created new habits, and sometimes you can't see that. Sometimes you can't see how much progress you've made until something comes along that tests that progress. And then you can look and you can see in your different reaction to it and your different way of responding to it, you're like, wow, I handled that really well. I grew up. So sometimes, it takes those things, and sometimes the universe, I believe, tests you just to say, do you really believe the things that you say you believe, right? Are you really going to walk the walk? Or are you just going to talk the talk? And I know that something is going to work out. This is what I know. When I went to bed last night, I slept good because I remember the days when that would have kept me up. But, you might be able to take my voucher from me for my child care, but you're not going to take my peace from me. You're not going to take my joy from me. And, I choose in this moment to have happiness. Why not have it now? Because regardless of what's going on, I can choose in this very moment to take a breath and know that I am happy, healthy, wealthy, joyful, grateful, successful, and abundant. And know that I am okay, and that I am supported by the creator of worlds, and that nothing can harm me, and everything ultimately works out for my good. And that something good is going to come from this, and that this is not going to break me or make me or none of that. This situation is going to be what I choose to make of it. Even if I lose my job and I lose my home, I'm not going to be homeless. The right person's going to come along. A path will be made. I'll rent a room from somebody if I have to for a while till my home businesses get off the ground. You know, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. That's what I choose to sit in today. I choose to be happy today. Don't chase the thing. Don't chase the thing and then wait to get that thing and then be happy. Okay? Choose to be happy right now in this moment, regardless of what's going on in your life. Be happy now. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, joyful, grateful, successful, and abundant. And raise your vibration. And then ask your subconscious in a positive manner, how can I overcome this issue? And then just let it go to work for you. And just wait for the answer. You don't have to even do any of the work. Just trust that as long as you have the faith and you maintain your joy, that the answer will be revealed. And then you will take inspired action. The right person will come along. The right circumstance will happen. And then you'll look back and you'll go, wow, that actually turned out really good. That actually worked out really well for me. That's my message for today. For those of you who haven't, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And if this message meant anything to you today, please consider sharing it. And I'll meet you back here tomorrow. I love you guys so much. Have an awesome day. And namaste.